Hey guys, this is Vic Agim, and this is a tutorial for Twisted Sonic Multiple Bus. And I'll show a video with slow-mo, and then I'll continue with the tutorial. Alright, just want to let everybody know that this tutorial is based on the way I bust. This isn't based on what I've seen other people do. This is just videos I've been watching of myself doing it, and this is how I do it myself. Alright, first thing you need to know is master Twisted Sonic bust. Just normal Twisted Sonic single bust. This will make it a lot easier learning multiple busts. Alright, here's a couple key things you need to know when busting. Always keep your palm down. This isn't a palm towards you continuous trick. It's a palm down trick. Always keep your palm down. Never keep it sideways, otherwise you can't control it at all. So always palm down. And another thing is keep your fingers relaxed. Don't tense up your fingers. Don't curl your fingers down. Always keep them just relaxed and have your index finger slightly raised up above the rest. Never tense up. Always keep them relaxed. Alright, now onto the actual technique of multiple busts, and I'm going to start off with the biggest key in actually doing multiple busts and what makes it so I can get to those high number of busts. And what the biggest key is it's all in your middle finger. Your middle finger is doing everything, pretty much. And what it does is it actually pushes the pen over your index. Over and over and over and over. So the middle finger is constantly pushing the pen over. But when you see me do busts, it doesn't look like I'm doing that. It looks like my index finger is doing everything. But here's a video, and this is a video, the camera's under my hand, and it's a slow-mo, and it'll show you what the middle finger is doing. So what your middle finger is doing is it's hitting the pen in the air over your index finger. And this is actually the same technique that you do for air busts. And for an air bust, you're just hitting the pen in the air with your middle finger. That's how the pen gets in the air, is your middle finger hits it in the air. So you're doing the same thing, but you're just, instead of hitting it really hard, you're just tapping the pen. You're tapping it in the air. And then the pen goes just high enough when you tap it to go over your index finger. I'll try to do it slow so you can see. Like that. And when you're doing this, you need to do a certain wrist motion. It's a wrist flick motion. You're flicking your wrist when you're doing this. And when you're flicking your wrist, that's when the pen is actually being hit, is when you flick it. So when you bust and you flick your wrist, when you flick your wrist, that's when it hits the pen on your middle finger and goes over your finger for the bust. It's a wrist flick. And when doing that wrist technique, the more you practice it and the faster your busts get, the more unnoticeable your wrist flick will be. It'll be hard to tell that you're actually doing the technique, and sooner or later it'll almost be as if you're not doing it, you're doing it really quickly, or you won't be doing it as much, but you'll still be doing the technique, just not as much as you were before. And that's probably the biggest key in doing multiple busts. Another big key is knowing what your index finger needs to do after the flick. And what your index does is after the bust and you do the flick, you tap it, the pen in the air, just enough, and the pen is rotating, and what your index finger does is it wraps under the pen. So, twisted sonic bust, flick, pen goes in the air, your index finger wraps under, and it repeats, wraps under. This will be tough to get because at first when you try to do this, you might tap the pen too high to where the pen will kind of go up and maybe fall on your index. It'll fall on it. It won't be a smooth wrap motion. So it's kind of tough to get that, but sooner or later you'll get it and you'll figure out the timing and when to wrap. Alright guys, so that pretty much sums it up. That's pretty much all you need to know for this combo. And again, this is based on how I bust and how I do the combo. So I guess I'll wrap it up right now with just summing up everything. I'll also add annotations on the side of the video somewhere. So remember to keep your fingers relaxed, palm down, the use of the middle finger, the tapping of the middle finger, and the wrist flick. Go back to the slow-mo video and watch that, because that really helps. And so the tapping of the middle finger, when the pen goes in the air, your index finger wraps under. After the tap, finger goes under the pen. And that's pretty much it. The more you practice this technique, the faster you'll get, and the more busts you'll get too. So just keep practicing, and sooner or later you'll get it. So hopefully this helps, and thanks guys.